AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Knicks Rehab.
Mike Brown plans to give Rick Brunson a reduced role on the Knicks coaching staff, per Steve Bondy. Mike Brown is expected to hire a new associate head coach, the Post has learned, a move that will change the dynamics in the front of the Knicks bench by giving Rick Brunson a lesser role. Giving a man a face like that is hilarious. New York media and Twitter is so diabolical. And then right when I hear that news, AllBall, before you go, because I want to hear your reaction. As soon as I read that, and I'm like, you know what? He had the cojones to tell the front office, that ain't my associate coach. What the hell is this about? The Suns and Knicks are interested in adding Darvin Ham to their staff, as per the Stein line. That's Mark Stein's platform. Phoenix and now New York, after the hiring of Mike Brown as the new Knicks head coach, have expressed interest in trying to hire Darvin Ham away from the Bucks. The Stein line has learned.
This is going to surprise you. I have no problem with it. I really don't. I just think Darvin Ham, some guys are just better on the bench. Like I've been told y'all, I was the first to say that. I don't care what nobody say. When I was like, yo, he should have never got that job. Just like Steve Nash, he should have never got the Brooklyn Nets job. But who wouldn't want a guy like Steve Nash on their coaching staff, right? I wouldn't mind Darvin Ham on the coaching staff. He's young enough. He's been invested into the game a long time. I have no problem with that. See, my thing is this, baby. As long as these guys are on the coaching staff and they're not making like the last decisions and making basketball, but you gotta remember, guys like Darvin Ham, he can relate. He can have a relationship, talk to some of the players. So for me, let me go back to the Rick Brunson. For one, I think that's a lie. I don't think Mike Brown went and said that. I don't think Mike Brown is that type of person. And if he did say that, I would have a problem with that if I'm Rick Brunson. I think those two need to talk that out. I don't think you go to the owner and go, yo, I'm demoting Rick Brunson. No, I don't. You don't do that. That's a total sign of disrespect. I think you and Rick Brunson have a conversation. Hey, I'm the new guy. I'm gonna bring in my own coaching staff, but I definitely want you a part of this. But I think that's all lies. And to be honest, Rick Brunson, he doesn't listen. Rick Brunson is over there chilling. No matter what, his checks is clearing. His son is the star of the team. So everybody who think Rick Brunson is going to be demoted in any way, you losing your mind. That's for one. But for two, I wouldn't mind Darvin Ham, like I said, on the bench. But I'm gonna tell you who I would love on the bench. And for some reason, they totally forgot him. What's the coach that Doc Rivers backstabbed in Milwaukee?
Adrian Griffin.
I would love him on the bench. I would love him as an assistant coach. Why are we forgetting what he was about to do? That's what I'm saying. For us, we need tough guys. We need tough-minded guys. We need hard-nosed guys on that bench to hold people accountable. I would love Griffin on the bench. I wouldn't mind him. And then now you get an older vet. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, Mike Brown, listen, he has his work cut out. And this is not going to be all peaches and cream. Like I said, he wants to play around. They show the practices when he was in Sacramento running it. Nah, bro. Listen, come in here and get the business. Get right to business. But I wouldn't mind Darvin Ham. I wouldn't mind him at all. I'm nowhere near a fan of him as a head coach. That Lakers thing, though, he got railroaded. Even though he should have got the job, he got railroaded. Because look at the Lakers now. They ain't no better without him. Just like they ain't no better without Russell Westbrook. They look even worse. So for me, I wouldn't mind guys like that on the coaching staff, baby. Like I said, they can relate, they can adapt, they're young. So for me, and they understand what the game is today. So I as much as people thought I would laugh, I wouldn't mind Darvin Ham on the coaching staff. I wouldn't mind at all.
He did coach under Nick Nurse, Adrian Griffin. Not sure, I thought the Bucks, they looked better with him, but Dame just got there. He had a better version of the Bucks than Doc Rivers did, right? Like Doc Rivers had him, but that team healthy, but for so long. Not to say comparing him to Doc Rivers even is anything much, but Darvin Ham I don't want here. I did find something with our guy Mike Brown, kind of responding to the coaching situation.
Once I get my staff together and we dive,
he said once he gets his coaching staff established, then he can really get into
that's what I want to hear.
Right, the Karl Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson tandem. The question was about Cat Mitchell Robinson, but once I get my coaching staff together, I kind of don't like that. I understand that, to your point, Rick Brunson's not going anywhere. They said he was being demoted. That's the part I disagree with you on. He's gonna get demoted. He's not gonna be an associate head coach. You can't be the next guy in line next to me telling me what to do. I've been in the league 18 years. That's what I said coming into this. There's no way. Rick Brunson has how many years coaching in this league? You cannot tell Mike Brown who's gonna be his second guy in command. Impossible.
No. I 100% agree. But I don't think he was actually. I don't think he had a say so where he could tell Tibbs what to do. But I think Rick Brunson was the perfect guy to kind of, we seen him on the sidelines sometimes, calming down campaign, telling Tibbs, "Hey man, get them guys out." So I don't think Rick Brunson, was going to be the associate. I don't think he was with the Knicks. I think that was just all Tom Thibodeau. Remember, all reports came out from players that played with him to people that coach with him. Just a whole bunch of stuff came out saying Tom Thibodeau doesn't want help from nobody. So no matter what title Rick Brunson had or thought he had, it didn't matter to Tom Thibodeau. I agree. I don't think he's going to be associate coach to Mike Brown. No, but I think he's going to be on the coaching staff. Remember, some of these teams have 5, 6. Some of these coaches have 5, 6 guys on their staff. And I think you need a guy like Rick Brunson there. He has a relationship with the guys. Got to remember, his son is the best player. His son has a great relationship with 2 of the players that we need to help us win, with Bridges and Hart going back to Villanova. So you always need a guy like that has relationships to where, he can talk to guys a certain way and get. So I just love what Mike Brown said. That's what I want to hear. How are you going to implement some offense to where Mitch and Cat can dominate?
Brunson's been great for us, but get back into that hungry mode. When you look to the sideline and you just see Jay Wright, you look to the sideline and you just see Rick Carlisle, you look to the sideline you just see a Jason Kidd. Let's get back to that. I don't want to. You looking to the sideline and your daddy's over there. That's been the last 3 years now. Let's get back to business. You might not need to be over there. You might need to. I might have to look in the stands to find you. I might have to wait till halftime to see you. Like, I don't know. Let JB get back into the mode of being hungry. When he was next to Luka, that nigga was hungry. Y'all picked me in the second round. Y'all let all these niggas get picked before me. I led Villanova to the championship. Get back to that. He's been great. I'm not saying he's not been great. I'm saying let's get back to focusing on just being hungry. Fuck daddy. Get daddy the fuck out of here. Go home. Go to the back. Something.
Damn.
Let Mike Brown have carte blanche on who he hires. Daddy Brunson don't need to be there. I'm sorry.
Shit. AllBall?
Brick Shakur. I like that name. That's a fly name. And they did it again. Flea, that might be the illest one.
Nah,
that might be the illest
ESPN
one,
is,
OG.
but
Flea
nah,
SPN?
hold on.
Flea
Nah,
SPN, that might be that.
That's tough.
That's fine.
That's tough.
That's fine. I'm not mad at him getting his own associate head coach and then him just filling out the coaching staff with people that he has pre-existing relationships with. Like, bring in guys that you know that been in the trenches with you? Who was sitting next to him when he was under Popovich? Who was sitting next to him when he was under Carlisle? Jordy Fernandez just got the job in Brooklyn, right? He was sitting next to him while he was helping Sacramento emerge. Who was on that Sacramento bench sitting next to him? Who did he bring in when he got that little cup of coffee with the Lakers? Like, we need to figure, us three, everybody, we need to do our homework and see what type of relationships Mike Brown has. We could throw a billion names out there. I like the Adrian Griffin name, right? I like that. But who are his pre-existing relationships, you know? So now we could kind of gauge, like, okay, so maybe we could get Adrian Griffin in here. Oh, shit, he already got a relationship with Sam Cassell. Maybe he could pull Sam Cassell away from wherever Sam is right now. Sam don't got no relationship with Joe Mazzulla. Get the fuck out of here. He don't know that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just dead. He won a championship with Boston. He don't know that nigga. Like, get that nigga the fuck out of here. Come to New York City, baby. So, I don't know.
I do have one retraction. Shout out to my guy Murray, Big Murray. He reminded me that Mike Brown was not there when Halliburton got traded from Sacramento. So I had to take that back. And another plus for him is what you just said, Flea. We got to give people props when your assistants impress us. You know, Ime Udoka was Brad Stevens' assistant. Joe Mazzulla steps in. He got a championship. Atkinson took his time with it. You know, Mike Brown came from Popovich and Budenholzer came from Popovich. These guys won. So Jordy Fernandez coming from Mike Brown is a big deal. That came from his tree. So I got to give him his props for that. I think me and AllBall just turned off by his shenanigans, like his presentation. He ain't Mike Woodson up there. And to be honest, he ain't Tom Thibodeau up there at the press conference. Very few. Come on, man. Pat Riley is few and far in between these guys.
But that's a concern. I want to hear what OG has to say about this, but that's a concern. Y'all understand. Leon Rose don't talk to nobody all year long.
Right.
James Dolan, he'll come down when he feel like saying some fly shit, but he don't come down and talk to the media. The mouthpiece, the spokesperson of the New York Knicks is the head coach. So he got to be a little savvy, and he got to be able to get mixy with the New York media. You better figure that shit out quickly. Don't let us start 0-5, and now you answering questions why we haven't won a game in 5 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? That's the type of shit that he got to be ready for, OG.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I said that earlier. You know, he got to come out on fire. I think the first, I'm gonna say you not even 10, like the first 5 to 7 games for Mike Brown is gonna be very important.
Knicks Rehab.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.